Cotman, Crawford, and the Jersey Guy podcast.
Hey everybody, Kenny Cotman.
Lewis Crawford.
And I'm Tom Ramage, the Jersey Guy.
What's going on, my people?
How's everybody doing?
Chilling. Everybody's good. Everybody having fun.
Yeah.
Doing good, man.
Good day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's good.
Yeah, like gone. That is funny.
So every once in a while, I like to do a podcast. We do health stuff, right? We've done a few things when it came to health, whether it was like, we had Jen here for the, for the physical therapy.
Alternative medicine.
We talked about some other stuff. So this one, I was thinking, because it's a big deal. And now that we are getting older, Tom, you're a little behind us, but still, even though your age, you should still be
a little behind.
Alzheimer's.
Yes.
Serious stuff. And it's something we should be aware of as far as now that we're getting older.
Of course.
And there's a lot of interesting stuff that I have that will, explain where it starts from or what they're thinking is happening from. So the first thing I know is they're saying that the gut is a huge thing because of what's going on and what you're eating, things like that.
So not hereditary?
No, that's too.
Oh,
but
okay.
to
There's
prevent it,
things.
you want to do certain things, but you got to look at all the things you're doing, right?
So if you're probiotics, eating prebiotics,
just eating
probiotic
right food and everything like that, yeah.
I'm big on that. I take a
staying
probiotic
away
supplement.
from fried foods, that kind of stuff,
And
sugars.
Fried foods?
Yeah. So yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna read to you.
I'm sorry to cut you up, but here's my question though. So now fried foods. So I know that you were talking about that that certain oils
Yeah,
that when you heat it up.
acrylamide. Yeah,
So all right. So now is it oil? I don't remember if you said it was all oils.
yeah,
or
all
just-
oils. Yeah, it doesn't matter even if it's a healthy oil.
But air fry is okay
Yeah, but
It's-
olive oil is the best
It's
oil
less
you can
oil,
have.
Yeah,
for
Olive
regular
oil.
cooking. Not
Yeah,
to
so
deep
only
fry.
not deep fry. Regular. You could cook chicken cutlets in
Oh yeah, no. I
in
get that. But
olive oil. But I
listen,
mean, like if you're deep frying, I don't think you want to use olive oil.
right.
But olive oil is good to put on your salad. It's used to other things other than just frying food.
But see, I like a fried pork chop. I like like I said when we the
Do you
chicken,
do it in the air fryer?
barbecue chicken. That's what I was gonna ask. So now that doesn't do anything, right? Like you can
No, air
cook
frying
something in
should
the air
be okay.
fryer,
It's
and it's not
different.
like it's
an
bringing
element.
anything. But the process of
I think
making
it's
the
not
chicken.
as hot, the oil, but it still does. It still does, but it's not as much.
Okay, that's
You know
what I'm
I
asking
mean?
because, like I said, the way that the food is processed.
Yeah, because a fryer cooks at a very high temperature.
Right, and then
You know
the
what I
air
mean?
fryer is just air cooking.
It's just
the
on
chicken.
the,
It's an element
still
blowing around hot air.
Right.
It's like the
all.
oven. It's basically your
Right.
oven. It's basically a convection oven.
Right.
But
Exactly.
But the air is more intense and
Yeah, that
down.
sounds
And
like
more
a little bit-
defined,
The
yeah.
heating
Right,
element
right.
is down instead. Is is
Right.
above
Okay.
with the wind pressure going down.
Right.
So but it's really a convection oven. It's just the design of where the air and heating element
And
is.
it's, you're right,
okay.
yeah, and
Okay.
it does come out fried. It's actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I'd rather
You're
probably do
basically
it that way than
you're
the
really
other way.
roasting. Actually, it's not really fry.
It does.
the
The French fries always come out nice and
it has the same texture as something fried. But if you
Right.
think about it, it's really just a roast.
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah, I
Okay.
guess.
All right.
But
So-
it still is.
I get
it is
you.
fry quality.
Yeah,
Right,
it-
okay.
absolutely.
Got it.
So,
All right, go ahead.
so to help prevent Alzheimer's disease, it's wise to limit or avoid foods that may contribute to cognitive decline. Here are some types of foods to be cautious with: processed foods, high in refined sugars, unhealthy fats, artificial additives. Processed foods can contribute to inflammation and poor brain health. And that's the main thing I've been reading. Everything that I took when I've been researching this, is inflammation.
Right.
Inflammation is basically your enemy. Your whole objective from what I get from this and anything, whether it's your muscles, your brain, your heart, is to try to be as best you can to be less inflamed and be aware of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that contributes to the problem. It always mentions inflammation.
Right.
Inflammation you get in your back, right?
Right.
You get in your legs.
So the vegan here has something to say. Had to go in close to the microphone for a fact. No, but
know what he's gonna
seriously,
say. I know he's
a
gonna
whole
say
food
go-
plant-based diet covers all that stuff.
Oh,
lowering
I'm
inflammation.
sure it absolutely
It's got
does.
the least inflammation out of all the diets and
right.
all that stuff. It's supposed to be good.
I would have to say you would have to probably cut out meat. That would probably be a smart thing to do. But if you're not going to go that way, and some people won't,
dairy
they'll
is a
go
big
very less on it and not as much as they used
Right.
to. And
Because
get the-
dairy is a big inflammation.
That's true
causer.
too. Yes. So anyway, so
Yeah,
what did I
I
say? Link to cognitive decline. Trans foods found in many fried,
Like
commercially
trans fats,
baked goods. Trans fats can contribute to inflammation and impaired brain function. Again, inflammation, right? And they're not talking about just your brain is inflamed because you're
Right.
whatever's your diet's going on. Okay, red and processed meats. Tom, vegan. High consumption of red and processed meats is associated with increased inflammation and high risk of cognitive decline.
Okay.
Right, high sodium.
Yeah.
Salt.
I've tried to cut back on some of the salt.
Let's see. I'm just going to
That
look
I've
for
done.
inflammation
Right.
and high sodium. Yes, decreased blood pressure, negatively impacting the brain. No, not even in there, but still not good. Excessive alcohol. Well, they're not saying you shouldn't drink.
Right. No. It's
They're
like anything else.
saying
Moderation.
Excessive.
Moderation, right? Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation.
And that would be probably the same mind process you would do with your diet. You would do it so if there are certain things you like that you're weak to or whatever it might be as far as sugars and things like that, right? You have to figure out how to discipline yourself to have them in the right order and the right amount without, overboard and hurting yourself. It's basically what I'm getting from this, because not everybody's going to do what Tom says, which is probably the most logical thing to do, but that's difficult, I've thought about it a few times recently, actually.
Right.
Been thinking about veganism. And I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to be able to do it or not. Because I don't eat a lot of things, but the problem that I'm having, and I don't want to get on this subject, but the problem I'm having is the animals thing.
Well, I say
It kills
just
me
try it.
to know what's going on with them. But anyway, let's get back onto what we were talking about.
All
We
right.
could
All right.
do
We'll
a
talk
second
about
one.
this after.
We could do a second
Yeah,
one. So anyway, so focusing on a balanced diet, right?
Okay.
Doing the right thing
Balanced
for
diet,
yourself
right?
and all
Yeah.
that
Okay.
is going to
that's
help with
good.
that.
Great.
Absolutely. And I'm hearing a little sarcasm in Tom's voice. Right
No. I'm just.
Just a little.
So what would be good, right? What would you think would be good?
Sorry.
If you were going to, all right, if I'm going to take care of my body, I'm going to try to watch my diet. What else can I do now to make that even better now? You're going to what?
Exercise.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
They say exercise is so important.
Yeah.
I remember this guy, Dr. Love, on, I don't know if you've seen him. He's on our page.
Yeah, he follows us.
And he goes, hi, I'm Dr. Love, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And these 3 foods or this, it will tell you what the best exercises and things like that. He's really good, this guy. So he talks about how it's better to walk than bicycle ride. Not that it's not good for you,
Right.
but to be able to use your brain and your physical at the same time to help with your cognitive and work on make things stronger. Go
The
ahead.
thing I think people don't, when they hear exercise, they go, "Oh no!"
Right, they got to kill
Right.
themselves in the gym.
But people,
You don't
forget,
have
like,
to.
That's not what it means. It doesn't mean go cardio,
No.
like hardcore. It means just exercise,
Right,
move, get up
Right.
and move,
Right.
go for a walk. If you do you like dancing, you have music you like dancing to, certain music that
Do it right in your
moves you,
living room, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
dance for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, what do you
let
call
it
it?
look.
Tanya
cut a
started going
rug,
on,
you know.
on the trampoline now. She was like 15 minutes to 20 minutes.
See?
And that alone, when you look at the tramp, what that does health-wise for your body is amazing. What too?
Yeah, I've heard that before.
So
too.
it's incredible. So any exercise, like Tom was saying, walking,
Yeah.
whatever it is, even if you're
Whatever
sitting in your
doesn't
house and you're
feel-
doing Peloton, you know what I
whatever-
mean?
Yeah.
Whatever.
And try to do whatever doesn't feel like work to you.
Right.
You know, you do something that you're gonna like, and because that's for longevity. You know, for sustainability, because it's not sustainable.
Yeah, not
if you're
looking
doing
to join
something you
Olympics
hate.
to go to.
Yeah,
you're
no, no, right,
definitely
right,
looking to stay in the best
And
health.
if that's
as
something you
possible.
end up getting into down the road, then
Right.
go for it.
Yeah, every little bit helps, of anything. Like, I just recently got a smartwatch and, just, I didn't even realize the steps that I was taking like every
crazy,
day
right?
at work. Yeah, 11,000.
I left
What was
mine
it? I
home.
was looking at before. I was like at 14,000.
You had more than that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you had
so
way more.
That was just for today alone, and I'm like, holy.
Because you're walking most of the day.
Right,
I'm in and out of the van
right.
and walking.
Yeah, same with me.
But same as Tom. So yeah, but still good. Getting a lot of
Oh
it
yeah,
in.
no,
you know what I
definitely.
mean?
Yeah, hell yeah. And standing, not just sitting. So like if you, at home or wherever, but if you're clerical and you're sitting, stand up.
Stand up.
Don't stay sitting down the entire day.
It's bad for you.
Yep. Stretch. Like I teach my
Inflammation.
staff to do that. To stretch.
Right.
It's like when they're sitting down and they're doing whatever. So like when you get out of the van, stretch.
Yeah.
Not every time you get out of the van.
Well, you could if you wanted to.
Right.
I mean,
but
it
when
wouldn't
you
hurt.
get out, when you at the desk, stand up, stretch your hands, your arms, touch your toes, just do something to move, get everything, get the blood flowing, because you just sitting, it's not
if you
healthy.
sit for long periods of time,
it's just not okay.
It's not good.
You have to move. You just basically just keep moving, And like I said, I can attest. The arthritis in my body is insane.
Right.
So that when I move,
That's inflammation.
I feel better. Right. Like right now, with
Now,
this
if you
weather
look-
right now,
I know,
dude,
but still,
holy cow.
you can honestly sit here and say to your diet's 100%.
I never say that.
No, I'm saying.
Oh, hell
So
no.
the inflammation's coming from there too.
Right. But now it's just
I'm
like,
guilty as well. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
So I remember a long time ago
Sorry.
in a land far, far away,
Yeah.
I wasn't, I don't know, I can't say I was vegan, but I didn't eat like meat.
Yeah, no, I know.
So I was eating like the rice, the pasta, beans,
Right.
and things like that. I did that for like 3 months.
Yeah.
And then when I went back to eating the meat, I felt kind of heavy. I'm like,
Yeah.
but I just, because I needed that. I not that I can't say it like that.
You wanted the protein.
I wanted that steak. I wanted
these
the
dogs, I'm
pork
gonna kill
chops.
them.
Dude, look at you. I just wanted that food.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And I didn't even now you see in the stores the plant-based hamburgers. and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
They've been marketing a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
lately.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I want to give it a shot.
They're good.
wanna-
I
Some of them
like
are good.
I enjoy
Yeah.
them.
But
So you have to
Yes.
give me a good one.
those are good. But anyway, so the exercises they reference, like we were just talking about walking and everything.
We
That
forgot
would
what
be
we were
more.
talking about.
It'd be more of. That's why I'm bringing it back.
Digress.
Aerobic exercise is what we were just talking
Yes,
about.
aerobic
Okay,
exercise.
strength training they mentioned you could do that as well. Balance and flexibility, which is definitely important. So stretching and balance exercises, anything like that. Here's a good test. See if you can, when you put your shoes on or your socks on, right? That you're standing on the one leg while the other one is up and crossed. You should be able to do it on both sides. Sometimes you can only do it on one, and you wind up going the other direction. But I am usually pretty decent.
If it's
at it.
not raining outside, I could do both.
Right.
If the weather's not funky.
Yeah,
'cause
I can
literally
usually do
arthritis
both.
Kicks my ass.
Yeah.
So now, question: can you go back a little bit? What exactly is Alzheimer's?
Okay. Alzheimer's. Okay, let's ask.
Yeah, right? Start from the beginning. Hey, go way back.
I'm going to Tarantino.
What
Yes.
exactly is Alzheimer's?
Oh, he's having AI answer.
Alzheimer's disease is a progressive neurodegenerative disorder that primarily affects memory, thinking, and behavior. It is the most common cause of dementia among older adults. Here's a brief overview of the disease.
We
1.
could probably skip
Brain
over
changes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So there you go. All right. So then so I guess we feel, we know, we do forget things.
Yeah. Of course.
That doesn't mean panic.
Yeah, it doesn't mean our
You know what I mean?
brains deteriorating.
Yeah.
No, you listen. Right. You should be. Did you do the DNA test
For
when you did your the 23andMe or anything like that? Because they test you for all your to show that if what's in your family line as far as
I don't
certain
remember
things.
And
they do it in Alzheimer's one.
Now they're doing it all the time. I don't
They
know.
do
You
it.
know
Yeah, they
what
have
I'm
it
like,
where
dude?
they do it already, and it's.
But I haven't been on it in like.
Yeah, you just have to look at the thing and see.
Yeah,
what
I haven't
they
been
do.
on.
But yeah, so it could be in a family, like you said.
Yeah, of course.
But it may not be strong or it may not be there at all, depending on what they find in the 23andMe, which is really good.
I
I don't
gotta
think I
check it
had.
out.
I didn't have the variant. I think is what they
Yeah,
called it.
I'm gonna have to check to see if I did or not. If I do or whatever in the fam, because I know on my mom's side, grandma had it, aunt had it. My sister says that my mom isn't showing it like that.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So, but
You guys could always do a high intensity interval training if you like.
That's fun.
Short bursts of high intensity exercise followed by periods of rest can be effective to improving cardiovascular health and cognitive function. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just about. I think, like you said before, exercise is just where it's at. Just as a whole, for everything, like just your
You
whole,
gotta be moving, man.
yeah, you know, your body and everything, just everything. You just have to move, get everything out.
Just
It
go
works
for a
everything
walk,
out.
you know.
Yeah,
I used to, when I was younger, I used to make fun of the older ladies and mall walkers. But you know what? What's wrong with that? You can go for a.
Hey, listen, man.
I don't think I would walk like that, but I would just stroll
They
through
say
the mall.
that muscle. They find out that muscle is the most important thing for you to make sure that you have when you get older, because when you get older, you tend to lose it.
right.
So the main thing is to use it and keep it toned up or whatever. You don't have to look like a weightlifter or anything like that, but do the stuff that we were just talking about and make sure you're getting the right protein,
Right.
and you're doing the exercises to help you keep your. They say especially your waist, your hips,
Right.
and you need to keep all that as flexible as you possibly can, because then it'll be less. What happens to most old people, right? They get old and then they kind of sit and not really doing anything, like we were just saying. Then they fall, they break a hip. What happens?
Yeah.
A few days later, most 9 times out of 10,
They did.
they die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you have strong muscles and everything that's protecting all that stuff, your chances are much better.
Right. So now, with that,
And of course, I'm no doctor or anything, but this is based on what I've read
Right.
and I listened to as far as understanding what's important. Now that we're getting older, we got to pay attention.
oh
to
yeah,
stuff,
no,
you know?
definitely, yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you all day. So
I'm not
now,
gonna be ignoring it.
what kind of or how many different kinds of Alzheimer's is there? 'Cause I know, like, you get vitamin, like you was like the AI said before.
Progressive neurological disorder that primarily affects memory, thinking, and behavior. It's the most common cause of dementia among older adults. Here's a brief brain changes. Alzheimer involves the buildup of amyloid plaques and tangles in the brain that the abnormal protein deposits disrupt communication between neurons and cause brain cells to die.
So those proteins that they're talking about that build up in the brain,
Right.
they've actually done. There is something that they've proven to actually get rid of those proteins in the brain, and that is a water fasting. Actually,
Really?
Water fasting?
Through autophagy.
Well, that might be one of the things that you can do, right?
To turn on autophagy in your body. Our body does have autophagy, which is where, but it was very slow, which is where cells will consume. There's like particles of dead cells floating around in your body.
Okay. And your
You
body
say that.
absorbs them and eats them. Yeah. It's like
so
cannibalism. Your own body's having cannibalism.
Well, like
going
what
on.
happens is it goes into like overdrive when you're fasting,
Right.
And it turns on, and a lot of that stuff can it'll eat up like extra stuff that's not supposed to be in your body, like those proteins,
Right.
And they're finding out that it actually helps with some Alzheimer's.
It's interesting stuff. See, so it shows you what certain things can do for you, right?
Right.
I mean, it's amazing, like just that alone. And they're saying like certain sounds, certain vibrations, things like that. You know, like certain sounds, like pitches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you listen to this tone for so long,
Right.
because it's a certain pitch where it helps your body somehow or your mind to ease, things like that. You never seen that stuff? They have it all over.
Yeah,
you know?
like the sound. It's a sound therapy,
Well, yeah,
like that kind
there's
of.
a whole bunch of
stuff
different
we're
ones, but yeah, there's like it's amazing what they just now they're really getting into and seeing like, and this is being done before.
Right.
Now
yeah.
they're just like, oh wow, okay, let's
does
look at
work, yeah.
let's check this out.
Yeah. Listen, there are so many things that we still don't understand about the human body, the mind, you know, and now that we're finding out for Alzheimer's, because Alzheimer's, bro, that shit is serious.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it takes a lot of
Now-
on the families.
There's no diagnosis. From what it says here, there is no signal test for Alzheimer's. Diagnosis typically involves a combination of medical history, physical and neurological exams, cognitive tests, brain imaging. So, so it's just, man, we gotta take care of ourselves, not be
Yeah.
so highfalutin
what
with our
about
life.
that? You know, they've been talking a while now about like aluminum. They're saying like aluminum in a lot of the antiperspirant deodorants.
I use aluminum free now. I don't
I've
ever
been
have
using,
any.
I actually went to an all body deodorant. I bought that Loom stuff.
Yeah, so I have the.
Is it working?
I have the what's it called?
Mando. I bought the Loom one, but you know what? because Mando came out after Loom. It's just their man's version.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
like,
it's the same company.
I tried using one of their scents, and the scents were gross. And then I tried the Mando one, and the scent was good, but it was like way intense. I said, let me get the unscented one. People online were like, "Oh, it smells like baby vomit. It smells like sour milk."
Tanya uses it.
The unscented one does have a weird
good.
smell.
The aluminum
but as soon as it dries, it doesn't smell like anything. Right. But the thing is, your body doesn't smell like anything. It's crazy. You just have no.
But wait,
it neutralizes it naturally without any of the crap that they put in.
It creates a barrier so the bacteria on your body.
Aluminum is bad for you.
Water and shit and eat. Basically,
so wait, time out. So you aren't getting used to the smell. It's just that the smell goes away.
Yeah, as soon as it dries, it's got it's the chemical smell of it now. Yeah.
Okay, so then no,
the chemical smell on it, like it's just as soon as it dries, it doesn't have a smell to it. You know what I mean?
And it's supposed to be like super healthy. Yeah. Because a lot of I'm telling you, bro, a lot of the stuff that I've been seeing in the stores and I say in the store, and I'm taking whiffs of this, and I'm like. And putting that shit back. I'm like,
this stuff is but it works really well. They have scented ones, like the one, I think the bourbon leather one is the one that's a good one.
It's good stuff. So anyway, let's go back to the.
Yeah, sorry, we're going digressing as usual.
So like for diet wise, they suggest like fatty fish, berries, nuts and seeds,
right?
Leafy greens, whole grains, dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is really good for you.
See, I love chocolate.
Yes,
dark chocolate, not regular chocolate, not milk chocolate, real dark chocolate. Like you get, like when you get the Christmas ones, and you got that dark chocolate in there.
It would be
no, it's not fudge.
It's chocolate. They have dark chocolate fudge.
But it's not the same thing. It has to just be plain dark chocolate. Avocados, turmeric, green tea, water. Yeah, green tea rich in antioxidants and caffeine, which can improve brain function and protect against cognitive decline. Green tea
all the time.
Okay. Let's see this. Avocados provide healthy fats, vitamin E, which are beneficial for the brain health. So your brain does need certain fat.
Right.
It needs the right fat, healthy fat.
Yeah.
In order for it to be healthy. Dark chocolate contains flavonoids, caffeine, and antioxidants that may enhance cognitive function.
Now, does it matter? I'm wondering now if it matters where you get the dark chocolate.
It's buy regular dark chocolate. Dark chocolate.
But now, wouldn't that be considered processed food, though? So then the extra sugar and stuff they would put it in.
Yeah, but technically, no. Dark chocolate is separate than regular milk chocolate, and they do everything. It's got a totally different taste.
Right.
I'm sure there's better ones than other ones out there.
I know you're right. You look like you're like.
I'm sure there's better ones out there.
No, I said because as you're talking about the stuff, and it's like he's having a hard time. Like, wow, that too. Wait, that too. Like that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You're like, oh shit, damn, I've been eating that for a while. Yeah, that's what I'm like. Oh, are you good over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, because but then that's most of the stuff that you eat.
Yeah. It's a lot of.
Right. Okay. That's your regular stuff.
Well, remember what I was saying about the gut, right? Inflammation, an imbalance in the gut, bacteria. Can lead to chronic inflammation, which is associated with neurodegenerative disease, including Alzheimer's. Gut barrier functions. A compromise on gut barrier, leaky gut, can allow harmful substances to enter the bloodstream, potentially triggering inflammation and affecting the brain. Again, inflammation. Mm-hmm. So it's your diet. Yeah. Diet is one of the main things that you have to. They're saying, obviously, listen, if you can do that and not do any of the other stuff, like, go balls to the wall, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're being, cognitive about what you're doing, then I'm sure you can get through life and you'll be all right as long as you don't overdo it.
Right.
And, of course. Overindulge,
Yeah, because I've cut out a lot of the, I say all the time, I've cut out 95% of my sugar.
That's good, man.
Just said, boom, I'm done since January.
Right.
So
good.
Immune system. The gut plays a role in regulating the immune system. An imbalance in the gut bacteria potentially contributes to Alzheimer's pathology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, said got to eat those probiotic foods and stuff like that.
So, yeah.
Probiotics.
And water. You should be hydrated. You mentioned green tea in here.
Right.
Green tea is awesome. Yeah. I drink it. Now we've got the, what is it, matcha? Is that what it is?
Matcha. Yeah.
So that's, you kind of just Not to say you can't have that anymore, but
Right,
go a
yeah.
little different. You know
But
what I
then
mean?
once you do it, you don't really want
Miss
to
it.
go back anyway.
No, you don't miss
You know
it.
what I'm saying? So you're like,
Yeah, because you found something that was a suitable substitute.
Right,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Like, I mean, like right now I have a cup of coffee in the morning. Well, I was having a cup of coffee in the morning and then one at night before I went to bed. And, you know, I mean, I felt like I was sleeping fine to me, you know, still. And now I'm down to 1 cup of coffee a day, you know, just in the morning. And then like we were talking earlier, that cup of coffee is like, I don't even I don't even drink the whole thing anymore. You know, like, I haven't had any at home in a while.
I took a break for a little bit.
Yeah.
I took a break from coffee for a little bit myself.
So, about the gut, research has increasingly highlighted the connection between gut health and Alzheimer's disease. The gut-brain axis the link between the gut microbiome and brain function. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses. Suggesting that the gut health can influence cognitive health. Here are gut health that might impact Alzheimer's disease. We went through those already, but inflammation is the first one on the list.
Yeah.
First one. Then it's gut barrier function and immune system. Your immune system, great.
So then what does the inflammation produce?
The inflammation
that
makes
eats?
it's when you get too much of it, your body can naturally fight inflammation. But if it's too much, it has a hard time taking care of it. So when you get too inflamed, you know, it's not good for your muscles, not good for your organs, it's not good for any of that stuff. So it puts stress on them, I would assume. It just doesn't make it
does put a lot of stress on your body.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
And it can kill you. Now, when you do it with your brain, you're doing it because you get the plaque buildup from the food. If you're not watching your diet, and making sure you're doing cognitive exercises and you're actually doing physical activity, then, you know, you have a better chance of...
It's harder for the body's immune system to
handle it.
And it's not only the immune system, like your organs and everything that's got to do, you know.
Like, no, and I'm not saying this to be cruel or anything, but let's think of somebody who's super heavy, right? Like when you see some of those people on TV and everything, their body must be so inflamed.
Right.
The inflammation in their body alone, just from their diet, their weight, everything.
right.
Yeah.
It's got to be huge stress on them, man.
Right.
And
I believe that. Yeah, all day. I agree with you.
You know what I mean? So
but
that
then-
when you see that, you know, but it doesn't, you don't necessarily have to be a heavy person to have the problem. You could look like us, and if you're still not having a healthy diet or anything, or doing the right amount of exercise, you're still subjective to the same thing as well. Or if you gorge yourself and you're just one of those people who don't gain weight.
I wonder if that's what that is when you eat like a heavy meal and you're like, ugh, afterwards. Is that like
The itis.
inflammation? The itis. Yeah. Is that like, ugh?
Sometimes, if you eat too much, right, you get that. That's just really because you ate too much. But I think it's good when you eat and you feel like, all right, I feel good. I'm content. I'm comfortable.
Right,
I ate enough. I'm not craving anything.
Well, comfort
or
foods
anything like that.
is like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know, that you have that get that feeling. But then inflammation, then it's just something it's a toxin that's coming out wherever it is that you're inflamed.
So when you inflame your arm, you inflame your muscles look swollen,
And
things like that.
Right. So then that's what it is that's deteriorating, you know, your mind,
Yeah.
your brain, and
So, of
that's what
course.
makes all that
That's
stuff
fine.
happen. And you know, that
What is inflammation?
Inflammation is the body's natural response to injury, infection, or harmful stimuli. It is a protective process designed to eliminate the initial cause of cell injury, clear out damaged cells, and establish tissue repair. Inflammation can be acute or chronic. 1. Acute inflammation. This is the immediate
so
and
keep
short-term
that.
response to injury or infection.
So
Symptoms
then-
may include
Right.
So then,
But then chronic is where the body's not going to be able to take care of itself anymore.
Right.
Now you're to the point where it can't even take care of the things that it should be able to do when what she mentioned.
yeah.
So
Yeah. See, so then, well, I mean, that's what we've been talking about is like preventing how we should just eat differently and all that other stuff. Now, when you actually have it, that now you've been diagnosed. Now, I remember who was saying that there's a test to see if you have Alzheimer's.
or if it's in your family line.
Yeah, if it's in your family line.
Right. What's his name? Who plays I don't know his name. Sorry. Who plays Thor in the Avengers?
Chris Hemsworth.
He found out that he has it in his family line.
Really?
Yeah, and he's doing whatever he can possibly to make
I gotta
sure.
find out
He's
myself.
like a freaking Adonis.
Because I had a
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
I just-
That's what I'm saying. So we were just talking about a heavy person. I brought up, but look at him. So, but it's in his DNA.
Right.
It's but that doesn't mean he still can't prevent it.
that's what I'm saying. So him being like an Adonis,
What happens if he
works
just,
out all
oh,
the time.
fuck it, oh, you know what, I'm not doing it.
So-
I can't believe I'm going to get this. And,
He works out all the time.
He probably eats food.
He eats great.
He's doing
food.
He's probably doing brain exercises, things like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Keeping himself
So-
fit best he can and hope for the best.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, he's doing the stuff he needs to
Right.
do.
Yeah, and the
to make
guy's in
sure
mad
that-
fucking shape.
That's what I'm talking about. He's what we should strive for as far as when it comes to if we're just going to be talking about the Alzheimer's. You know what I'm saying?
I think the main thing to do is that's too high of a bar for anybody, really, when you think about it, right?
All right.
But what about you just strive for where you can get to? You know what I'm saying? Which would be equal to that, meaning your, not
Yeah,
his,
yeah.
yours.
yeah.
Where you get to your best level as far as physical and diet and just healthy, whatever. Again,
Yeah.
you don't have to. You could still have those things that they mentioned, but if you're overdoing it, and you're eating that shit all the time, then you're just asking for it.
Yeah. Well, like we said, anything that you do is just in moderation. Anything that you
Right,
do that
right.
would quote unquote be bad for you.
Right.
Yeah. Granted, we know now, we've been learning as a whole that processed foods, they create all types of issues.
Yeah.
Not just Alzheimer's, and we need to watch and be careful and take care of ourselves. By watching what we're eating and stuff like that.
Right. So you just mentioned something to me about something you just got checked out for, right? So chronic inflammation, this prolonged inflammation that can last for months or years, it can result from an inability to eliminate the cause of the acute inflammation. An autoimmune response or prolonged exposure to irritants, chronic inflammation is associated with various diseases such as arthritis, heart disease, and Alzheimer's.
Right. See? And like I said, so now it's about me trying to find what it is that's going to help me because of how far, how advanced it could be in my body.
Now, I was telling you about those supplements I was taking.
Right.
Coumarin, and I think it had ginger in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm taking it both together because it's an anti-inflammatory. I was looking for, what's a natural anti-inflammatory? I found a really good brand. So this past week, we were home, we were off, and I did take my vitamins like I normally do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a regimen, and I was off, and I forgot like a few days,
Yeah.
and my body was starting to bother me. I was hurting. As soon as I started taking them again,
Felt better.
next day or two, I could feel the difference, and they were working for me. So yeah, I knew that, and it's a good one. It wasn't like a bullshit. You got to make sure you're getting it from a good place. It's a good supplement. Check all the important things that are necessary, so you're getting a good brand, or do it naturally.
Right. So then that's the more of the
Get the
vegetables
ginger
and
and do it that way. Get it like make a juice or something. I'm sure you can do it in much different forms as well as that. You don't have to do it that way, of
stuff.
course.
Do you make some of your juices?
You do
Yeah,
juice,
what,
and my
just
wife
your-
juices all the time.
I used to juice. I was doing it's funny, my buddy and I were doing a green juice fast or whatever, but we were doing green juice, which was like
What was it?
apple, you put like kale or spinach, you can mixture different type of greens. Whatever. Sometimes I'll put dandelion greens in it, but I would put apple. I would put sometimes
all right.
like maybe a little bit of pineapple, not too much though, because you don't want to get too much sugar.
Right, but you want to have something in there
Lemon,
for it, right?
yeah.
See, that's good, man.
Lemon, green apple.
Juicing's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Even if you make smoothies in the morning before you go to work, instead of having that, you can have
Oh, and
that.
then the big one, because it creates a lot of juice, is cucumber. You put a cucumber in there, and you get a shitload of juice. So
Yeah,
that
do have to
helps
start
bulk
that.
it up though. When you're
I've got to
juicing.
start getting more into the fruit and whatnot,
Yeah.
and
you got to
just
find what you like, and you got to test
Yeah.
it out and see what it is.
because I have the
You eat apples?
bullet juicer. Yeah, I love apples. I have the bullet juicer thing
Yeah.
at home. So, I was like, I'll throw some maybe grapes and some apples in there and orange and see what happens, I live around the corner, across the street from Smoothie King. And they have all kind of like sugar-free stuff. And it's supposed to help you post workout, pre workout. Just to be a healthy drink, just to do all those things. It's supposed to be a healthy.
If you got a good juicer, you could pretty much do it yourself.
Yeah. That's what I got to look up recipes for that.
She does grapefruit juice, orange juice. She does a bunch of stuff with it. This thing is great, man. It's a good juice because it pulls everything. All you get is the pulp when it's done. It is all the pulp at the end. It's you put the whole thing in, even with the skin on and everything.
Yeah,
it's cool. I love it. It's good stuff, man.
I got to do that.
You get good juice out of that.
I got to start looking up recipes for that. Because like I said, I do want to change. I do want to make things, easier and better on myself, pain wise anyways.
Right.
And I don't want to have to keep forgetting and writing notes on everything, sticky notes on everything around me and shit, or become violent with the Alzheimer's because, there's a violent side of that,
Well, it's because all the stuff is getting blocked off, so it's not allowing you to be who you are. You know what I mean? It's stealing that from you. So it's not like it's it's unfortunate. But so talking about that. So here's the things that, like we were saying, healthy diet is emphasize balanced, rich vegetables, fruits, grains, lean protein, healthy fats, a Mediterranean diet, which includes plenty of fish. You could do that. Then regular exercise, like we said, right?
Right.
Mental stimulation, challenge your brain with activities like puzzles, kneading. As a matter of fact, when I was listening to the Dr. Love, he mentioned he was at the Olympics and he was at the Louvre. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And he's like, the things that are good for your brain, like expose yourself to art, go to different things. So manage your brain because it helps connect different things. And you can help your brain by doing that. You're actually making your brain work and help it. It's exercising itself.
But you see, all the stuff that this is saying is basically saying like a healthy lifestyle is what you need to do for longevity. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing is like, we don't think about that shit when we're younger. We're not like, I got to eat well now because when I get older, I might get Alzheimer's. It's like, we don't think about that shit. And then when we get old, we're like, oh, fuck, I got to do this now. And it's like, was I supposed to do? I already got Alzheimer's. I can't even remember to do that shit now,
Yeah. No, you're 1,000,000% right.
Yep.
Now here's another one.
We got
games.
Yeah.
We're on our phones a lot, and
I don't play a lot of the games.
Oh, dude, my phone is full of games, and it's stuff that I feel are like the memory games. Color matching games.
I probably should do more of that.
Only because, like I said, that's what I do.
It does
to
help
try
stimulate your brain.
That's so much.
Thing they say about like video games in general is it works really good.
But but then you can overdo it again.
Well,
like,
Well,
your brain can get inflamed just from sitting there fucking 24/7.
You shouldn't be so zombie-like,
Yeah,
exactly. But I hear what you're right though.
You play just a little bit,
Yeah, listen, everything is in moderation. Everything is in moderation.
Here's some more. So social engagement. Maintain strong social connections and engage regular social activities to keep your brain active. So it's important, right? Sleep hygiene.
Right.
Prioritize quality sleep, as poor sleep patterns can contribute to cognitive decline. So even your sleep. If you're not getting, like I was telling you, man, you're working all those out. You need to have the right amount of hours of sleep on a regular basis, or as close as you can get it. I mean, because they say sleep is one of the main things that people don't get enough of, and that's a big contributor to what's going on with your health and everything.
It's hard for me to get a good restful sleep, and it sounds funny and everything. The only thing that I haven't tried, so I'm not going to say that I did, but when I lived in Brooklyn, growing up in the city, I slept with no problem.
Because you didn't have the sirens and the garbage
I had
trucks.
All that. When I left it,
people
I was like,
going,
and I didn't sleep
your
since.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I would like it was almost like if it was too quiet. If it is too quiet, I'm like,
I remember that when I would go up to the country and as I got older, I started to notice. And when I was a kid, it didn't really bother me because when you went away and you went upstate or whatever, you didn't think about it. You run around doing. But when you go up and you're hanging out and you lay in a bed and you'll hear crickets, there's no cars flying by, horns beeping, the train.
Dude, listen, it kicks my ass. But then even now, now we have white noise on in the room.
Oh, I like that. I love that stuff.
But I want to try. I'm going to try. But see, I can fall asleep.
What about
to that.
ambient
Wifey
noises?
can't. That calms me.
Wait, do you have Alexa?
No.
So you just tell Alexa. I don't want to say it too loud.
Yeah.
Say,
Yeah,
play ambient noise, and then it gives you a list of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says you want this one, that one, this one. Believe it or not, helps because I'll go to bed
I've never
sometimes. I
tried
put it
it
on
with-
and I go to sleep with it.
Yeah.
I've never tried it with Alexa before. You know what I do though? I have a tower fan, and
Right.
I because I also like the extra airflow.
Mm-hmm.
I like
So
the
that's
wind
that's
blowing.
white
That's what
noise.
we do.
That's
Yeah,
white
that's what
I
noise.
use that for the white noise, the
Yes.
tower fan, and I get the nice extra airflow.
There you go.
It feels
right?
better.
Laying
I
there
like
with
See-
the sheets off, your balls hanging out.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
dude.
kidding.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. No, so,
all breathe, baby.
right, yeah,
Getting the extra airflow.
Yeah. No,
I'm sorry, I
the
couldn't help
missus,
myself.
wifey Jessica, she that's what she needs is that the fan. The fan is on and she's knocked out. She's good. Me, I'm still sitting there twiddling my thumbs. I'm
Right.
like,
That's because your brain is going 24/7. You thinking all the time when you go to sleep? Because when I
No.
sleep, I have to be able to like tell myself to stop thinking because my brain's like all over the place.
I make myself think so I could get tired to fall asleep.
Oh, see, no, it's the other way
yeah,
around
nah,
for
dude,
me.
I'm total blank.
It's the other way around for me. So yeah, so sleep is absolutely an awesome thing that you need to do. Oh, manage chronic conditions.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Control conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, which can impact brain health. Avoid smoking and limit alcohol. Both smoking and excessive alcohol consumption are linked to increased dementia risk.
Yeah, I've even cut out the drinking. Like, I don't even drink like I used to.
No, I don't drink that much.
Yeah, no.
I'm lucky if I have 2 beers
Yeah.
Yeah, a month.
every other weekend or
Yeah.
something like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
No.
But that's good. That's in moderation.
Right.
You
Exactly.
know?
Yeah.
Some people are going home every night and they're pounding down a 6-pack.
yeah, I don't know. How
You
to
know?
do
Yeah,
that
that's
shit.
not good.
Yeah.
You know, my dad did that, man. He come home from work. I don't know. I guess sometimes he did pound down a 6-pack, but he definitely went downstairs to have his beer. I know that for sure.
Especially beer. So it just
Schaefer.
sits in you.
Schaefer beer, and he had the pull tabs.
Oh,
Remember the
yeah,
pull
yeah.
tabs?
My God, bro. Yeah, no.
Schaefer beer.
I can't do beer anymore. No sooner that I'm opening the bottle, I already have a headache. Like,
Yeah,
it
I know
just
because beer can
hurts.
do that. Beer can definitely give you a headache, man.
All kind of beer.
But they
too.
say
It's
all
just
alcohol
even
is
shit.
bad, no good for you at all. Really.
Right. Well, but I can, but I'll drink. I'm a top shelf dude, so I can, have the rum and Coke. Just rum
So
and-
let's review though, right? So what would we now? You have a kid,
Yes.
right? So he's going to learn from you guys, right? And of course, you're not going to be able to control what he does when he gets older, but hopefully, whatever you do with him from this time on, before he leaves, he'll run with that and live the same kind of lifestyle and be healthy and do whatever he can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll be young. He'll do the normal stuff, but eventually he'll figure it out. Like most of us do. At least we try to anyway.
well, does he like to eat? Is he a good vegan, or does he even look to here because his friends are at school and they're having a bologna sandwich?
Nah,
Like,
he doesn't. Nah, that just doesn't bother him. He's pretty good with that stuff.
But he is a vegan, right?
Yeah.
So that would be weird if you told me right now he was a vegan. I'd be like, what the
he's got no choice because nobody else in the house is cooking any meat. You know what I'm saying?
Right, well, he does
So-
most
No,
of the
but
cooking, man.
he's into the whole animal rights thing. And
Yeah.
everything
Good
like
for
that.
him.
Yeah,
You know, that's awesome, dude. I really think that's
he's
great.
always asking
I
me
wish
stuff,
somebody
you
did
know,
that with me,
yeah.
honestly.
But yeah, he's like, he's still a picky eater. He's like a kid. He's like, like he wants to eat like hot dogs all the time. Same thing. You get the vegan hot dogs.
Right.
He wants to eat like, it's like, he's a picky eater, but he's starting to actually open up his palate more and
Good.
being like,
good.
I want to try this. I want to try
That's
that.
good,
which
man.
is Good. So
Yeah.
So doing that with your son and teaching him all that, and by you doing what you're doing, hopefully, they mirror it and they pick it up like anything we teach them, right? So, I know my mom, when I was growing up, we didn't have a lot of, we ate healthy because she always made good dinners, but my mother had a sweet tooth. She liked the Entenmann's donuts, the chocolate ones. We would get the coffee cake once in a while. Once in a while, they had the banana nut, the banana
Yeah.
crunch, right? Remember that one?
Yeah.
So, but we had that shit floating in the house, but I don't remember overdoing it with it, though. I think it's because maybe we were outside more and we weren't sitting
Right.
around with it always around us. And
But
And not doing anything else.
We were outside. Our generation and your generation were, we're outdoor kids.
But we were outside, like you said. So
all the
we were outside,
came
And
in,
the
we
day-
We weren't
ate.
sitting around,
but we burned everything
snacking.
else.
And we weren't snacking
Right.
inside all day.
Yeah.
No.
Like we came
We went in, we
had-
snacked. We did have a snack. If we ate dinner, we had something after or whatever.
Yeah,
but then we went
yeah.
back out and we were.
Yeah.
It was
But then-
different.
but
We weren't sitting
burned it
around
all
in
off.
front of the TV snacking.
That's where the exercise comes
Exactly,
in.
right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
that
right.
we were able to just,
Right.
you know, we kept. I mean, yeah, we got hurt, and I think that's
Whatever.
What it is for
I mean,
me.
we were kids, so
no,
we
I'm
always get
saying
hurt.
inflammation.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Said then we ate. So when we ate whatever snacks or whatever junk food, we were out, we ran, we played, we
Right.
did whatever, burned it all off. All
But we
that
weren't eating
sugar
much-
stuff,
that much
and
of
we
it,
weren't
though.
eating enough of it for it to matter.
You do have to think about it, though. We are less active now than we used to be.
Yeah,
Of course we are.
And what keeps getting built bigger and bigger and bigger?
our asses.
Hospitals.
Oh,
hospital.
how
You just keep building more hospitals, these bigger
Yeah.
hospitals, like
Right.
another wing added on,
so
another
that's so
expansion.
that goes to
another
show you,
building.
and this is another podcast.
They're
So
building a brand new hospital in Paramus.
what's in the foods and what kind of chemicals are in there? We'll have a podcast on where certain foods in this country are not even allowed in other countries. So that's going to be an interesting
That's a good
podcast.
one,
That's
yeah.
one we're going to
That's
do.
gonna be a good one.
because this ties right into that. You know what I mean? Because that causes the inflammation and everything.
shit.
They don't care, right?
Wow.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's up to us to do
What's right for us?
and figure it out, even though it's going to be difficult. But you know what? It's for your best well-being, I would
Yeah.
think. So, hey,
Well, so with that, then
That being-
we're gonna end up with that. End our show with that one. So just take care of yourself. You know, be healthy. Try to be as healthy as you possibly can. You know, do little exercises, move around. Like, you know, the three of us, we have jobs where we're moving around. You know what I'm saying? So we're not just sitting. But you know, if you sit at the desk, stand up,
Right.
stretch, move around. Try to get out after dinner. That's one of my goals. You know, try to get out after dinner and, you know, walk it out, do things like that. But so
that being
everybody,
said,
yep, take care of each other. Love, peace, and hair grease.
live long and prosper.
And go vegan. Go vegan. Do it.
This guy.